Hey, in this video, I'd like to speak to you about how to rapidly boost your level of consciousness. So we've got a lot of these very popular spiritual practices such as meditation, mindfulness, yoga, and other things, which I feel gradually increase your consciousness over a longer period of time. So be meditating for like 6 months or a year or longer, you'll see a gradual increase in your level of consciousness. And that's great, and we should do these practices all of the time. I feel like these are more yin, more feminine ways of developing consciousness. There's also more yang ways, masculine ways of developing consciousness. And these ways I have found will give you a more rapid increase, a boost, if you will. So it's these yang ways of boosting consciousness, which is what I want to talk about here. This is also something I've been talking a lot about recently in a lot of my recent content, where I talk about living at your edge, facing your fears, doing things that are uncomfortable. That's the yang way of boosting consciousness. What this means, just in a nutshell, is you get uncomfortable on a consistent basis. At the beginning, this is not easy to do. It's never easy. That's the point. That's why it works. But as you consistently keep putting yourself in high pressure situations or fearful situations, slowly more of you comes online, more of your brain gets switched on. Because when you're just sat at home meditating in your bedroom, there's no need for more of you to come online. It's only when it's forced, right? Think about it. If you were living in a situation where your survival was under threat, all of your instincts would have to come online. Now, I'm not saying put yourself in survival where your survival's under threat or anything like that. It's just a point I'm trying to make. Under pressure, you will find more of yourself. It's just that line they say, pressure creates diamonds. So you need to start putting yourself in high pressure situations more of the time. For the first kind of months, maybe, of doing this, you're just going to go on autopilot because it's scary. And it's going to be very, overpowering. It's going to overwhelm you. So you won't be able to do anything for the first few months. You'll just keep going on autopilot, unconscious, and just doing what you usually do. Maybe you run away or, I don't know, just shut down, right? Because that's what you've been programmed to do over all these years of conditioning. But as you keep consistently over time putting yourself into these difficult situations, you begin to find space. You begin to find, at the beginning, just a split second, a window will open up where you have an opportunity to make a different choice. You will catch that moment when, instead of you going unconscious or going on autopilot, you'll catch that impulse. And you'll realize that in that split second, you can make a different decision. You can make a different choice. And right there, when you make a different choice under that level of pressure, that's when you're really changing yourself. That's when you're really boosting your consciousness. Because in them high pressure situations, it's very difficult to do something different. In them high pressure situations, that's when your subconscious mind has got the strongest hold on you. But consistently putting yourself in the fire, as I like to say, you gain more power over yourself and over your life. Because when you can function in them scenarios, your consciousness boosts rapidly. And when you make that different choice, when everything in you was screaming that you make the safe choice, you create a new neural pathway, a very strong neural pathway to start conquering and mastering yourself. So think about that. When you make a different choice under pressure, you really, truly strengthen yourself, right? And then it gets a little bit easier the next time. Maybe that window of opportunity is a second. First, it was only a split second. Now it's there for a second. Then 2 seconds until naturally you just gain more control under pressure. Your consciousness increases. On a deeper level, what I think is happening is, under pressure, a lot of our emotional content comes to the surface. And the more you're able to be with that and make a choice in that moment under all that emotional pressure, and you choose something else, then you're mastering your emotions. And it's all that emotional content that's limiting you, that's limiting your consciousness, that's limiting who you truly are. So by putting yourself in the fire, doing these type of yang practices, difficult stuff, you master yourself, it boosts your consciousness, it switches your brain on, more of you comes online. Okay, but like I said, this is a hard path. It's something that you need to do consistently. A couple of times a week, you need to be putting yourself in very difficult situations where you're scared, you're afraid, or it's very, very uncomfortable for you. And then make a choice that goes against everything your mind and body is telling you to do. That right there is power. And honestly, you will begin to experience rapid shifts in consciousness. Because all that emotional content that's been running you, all that trauma, you begin to overpower it. Your brain literally will get stronger as your level of consciousness increases. I actually think the two work together. The stronger your mind gets, the higher your level of consciousness. The more your consciousness expands, the stronger your mind gets. And this is what this practice will do for you. Okay? So walk the path of fire. It works. It'll rapidly change your life. So yeah, that's all I've got for you in this video. Thank you for watching. Until next time, God bless.